Well, a little bit of breaking news for you this evening. There's a little bit of a change at Tesla, and it's a good news, bad news story. So, there was a bit of a shift in the pricing structure for the Model 3 and the Model Y that we're going to talk about this evening. In addition, there are some other things to talk about, some really big things happening this week. First, we had Tesla deliveries that far exceeded Wall Street expectations, absolutely blew out the quarter. We also had the release of full self-driving beta, at least in code, to hardware for vehicles, which does include recent Model Y deliveries. And finally, some pretty exciting news from the annual Cars.com American Made Index. So we're going to talk about all these things in today's video, so make sure you stick around till the end to hear everything that there is to talk about at Tesla. So starting things off with the big news here, Tesla did update their pricing structure, and this is specifically just for the Model 3 and the Model Y. Now, historically, Tesla has made the quote-unquote free color option a different color over time. Originally, when the Model 3 launched, black was the free color. That did eventually change to white. Now, white has been the free option for some time now, and there was a period of time not that long ago that you could either get white or you could get silver metallic. Both those colors were free. You could choose either or. Then Tesla went back to just white being the base free color. Well, this evening they changed that once again, and now silver metallic is the base color. So the free option, the quote unquote zero additional cost option, is now silver metallic. So as long as you want a silver or a gray looking car, that is going to be the free color. White is no longer free. It's now a $1,000 option. So this did happen overnight. And if you look at Tesla's inventory, this is already reflected in cars in existing inventory at Tesla. So this happened just a couple hours ago, and you can see in Tesla's inventory, all the silver cars are now $1,000 cheaper and all the white cars are $1,000 more expensive. Now, of course, those cars were shipped and delivered to the service centers that they're at before this went into effect, but those prices are now in the system for existing inventory and future orders. So like many of you, it would appear that Tesla is also tired of seeing a swarm of white Teslas on the road. So it'll be interesting to see how long this color stays the free option and what our next color to be free will be in the future. I'm very interested actually to hear from some of you who took delivery of a white. Are you still happy with your white choice? And those that took the silver color, which in some configurations looks really awesome, how do you feel about this? I know that there are a lot of emotions about these color changes that happen at Tesla, so I'm very curious to hear what your thoughts are on that. And next up is something actually really important that gets glossed over too much in my opinion, and that is the American Made Index. Now, the American Made Index is an index that Cars.com does publish each year, and last year Tesla had 3 of their vehicles in the top 5, and the last vehicle was at least in number 6. This year, however, Tesla has swept the board, and the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, and the number 4 spot all go to Tesla's vehicles that they make today. So looking at the list for 2023, here's what it looks like. The Tesla Model Y is still the number 1 most American made car. The Model 3 is still the number 2 most American made car. The Model X actually jumped 2 spots and is now the number 3, and the Model S also jumped 2 spots and is now the number 4 spot. The Honda Passport dropped 1 place at number 5. The Volkswagen ID4 is new to the list and is now showing at spot number 6. Honda Odyssey up 2 spots to number 7. Acura MDX up 6 spots to number 8. Honda Ridgeline down a spot. And the Acura RDX rounding out the top 5 with a 5-place improvement over last year. So this list continues to be updated every year, and it's always been fascinating to me to watch Tesla continue to be on that top 10 list, and all the people who talk about not liking that, but they prefer their American-made cars. Just remind them that Tesla makes the most American cars on the road today. Next, we're going to talk about a software update that did just roll out. Yes, I too did get this software update on our refresh Model X. And in this particular software update, it does include the code for full self-driving beta for hardware for vehicles. Hardware for vehicles, if you subscribe or you purchase full self-driving, you have yet to have any kind of access to beta. This is our first sign that beta is possibly here, almost here. It's very close is the point. This software update, however, even though this is very exciting to see, does not include actually being able to activate beta in a hardware for vehicle. But this is an important step. This is basically a test to see if hardware 4 is going to accept this code as they push it out to vehicles. And it appears this probably was successful. So we should see full self-driving beta be active for hardware for vehicles very soon. Now, if you've taken delivery of a Model Y very recently, it's very likely you possibly have hardware 4, and this update would be very important to you. If not, and you have a Model S or a Model X, as long as it came somewhere at the end of March of this year, you too very likely have hardware 4. If you have a Model 3, you do not have hardware 4, no matter when you took delivery. That is not going to be coming until the refresh Model 3 or Project Highland is released to the public. So all Teslas except for Model 3 coming off the line right now do come with hardware 4, and this software update does show that beta is in the code, and we should be seeing it activated anytime now. So for those of you who have been sitting on the sidelines, not subscribing to full self-driving or not purchasing full self-driving because you've been waiting, this is probably your sign that it might be time to pull the trigger, because the next update would presumably activate that beta access. And then finally, some pretty fantastic news for those of you who are invested in Tesla. Tesla absolutely dominated this quarter in deliveries. The Wall Street expectation was just shy of 450,000 deliveries, and Tesla actually came in well above that, 4% beat, and delivered 466,000 vehicles. Now, they produced just shy of 480,000, so production is continuing to grow every quarter, which is great. But Model 3s are having a hindrance on Tesla being able to deliver every vehicle that they produce. If we look at quarter over quarter growth, this is a 10% growth over Q1, which was our previous record. So this is 2 quarters in a row where a new record of deliveries from Tesla was set. So another fantastic quarter, and things look really good to be able to deliver some pretty solid numbers here at the end of 2023. Tesla has some lofty goals, and these numbers are continuing to impress. Now, do remember, Tesla is planning on releasing the Cybertruck this quarter, and it's up for debate whether Tesla's actually going to be able to hit that timeline, but that will start to increase production again with another model at Tesla. So these numbers are continuing to grow every quarter, and they're going to continue to grow every quarter for some time now. So that's it for today. A little bit of updates for you on the things happening at Tesla, and a little bit of a breaking news for that change in pricing structure for the Model 3 and the Model Y. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, give it the thumbs up. If you haven't already, of course, subscribe to the channel as we continue to post content regularly. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Bearded Tesla. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll catch you next time.